Well, guys, looks like a career change is in my future. I'm about to be the ugliest TV reporter in the nation. What? This is a story I feel like everyone at least needs to know.
I had a feeling you'd come back and save me.
Good morning, friends, and happy Monday. Last night, I must have woken up in the middle of the night just like to check my phone and be like, how much time do I have left to sleep? 18 times. Like, you think I'm exaggerating? I'm not. It is ridiculous. I just like have it in my mind, like, I don't know, like I need to be up before my alarm. It's the craziest thing ever. Last week, by the way, I timed it so perfectly in my head. I got up precisely 1 minute before my alarm each day. I had my alarm set for 1 because we were doing crazy snow coverage. So I woke up at 12:59 both days, Thursday and Friday, which was so crazy. Today was a real treat. I got to sleep in until 2. That's so like that sentence sounds awful, but obviously it just feels a lot better than having to do the early snow coverage and all that craziness, except we're going from snow coverage craziness to craziness in a different way because the Bengals are in the Super Bowl. So the Super Bowl is this Sunday, and that means probably every single story I do this week will involve the Super Bowl and the Bengals in some way, and that is why I'm wearing the ugliest turtleneck I own. I know some people like this, like I've gotten like people being like, oh, I love that bright orange. Like, I can't emphasize enough how much I hate this. I just will never feel good in the color orange. I don't know, I wonder if like I have a thing against the color orange after my skin turned orange with the whole carrot sweet potato incident. I don't know, I feel like it just blends into my skin. It brings out my inner orange. I don't like it at all, and all week just gonna be an orange week, and you know what? That's okay. Right now, I'm just working on my thumbnail before I head out the door for my live shots because, not surprisingly, I woke up early this morning after waking up a million times, got all my scripts in, so this is all good to go. And I was trying to decide which photos to use. Where is it? Let me see. I kind of basically just like take a bunch of screenshots and see what will look best. Yeah. This sums up how last week was for me. Also, I slightly switched out how I make my thumbnails and I am loving it. It's like the most subtle change ever, but I don't know, I'm a really big detail person. So I used to do the black rectangles behind the text, which I liked, but it would be annoying. I can't explain it. Like, I couldn't always get them precise. You see how that just like looks bad, kind of? I don't know, these are all like the small things I look at. And lately, I can show you like a big picture. I've been doing this, and it still has like the outline so you can actually see the text, because nothing is worse than like if you can't see the text in a thumbnail. I always try to make it big, and I just think it looks so much cleaner, and I'm just like, I'm like so obsessed. I don't know. I've been trying to work on my thumbnail game lately. It is the weakest part of my whole YouTube game by far. Like, it is awful. If you look back at my thumbnails, oh my gosh, some of these are just so bad. Like, it's just, I don't know. This is why, for the millionth time, I will tell you, I need to move south. My windshield wipers are stuck like this. Like, I just did my full drive like this because of the ice. It is awful. I go live in less than 10 minutes and I haven't even run through my script yet, which is awful and very much so not like me, but it has been a hectic morning. I was trying to get the windshield wipers good, but it did not work, so that was awful. Put a little lip gloss on. My story this morning is just on like a Bengals fan rally that they're having at Paul Brown Stadium tonight ahead of the Super Bowl. Oh, time for the best part of all. I did order an orange hat on Amazon. I feel like I'm just like covering myself in the most disgust. I just don't like the color orange at all. Let's see what this looks like. Plus it was an Amazon hat. Sometimes these fit a little funky. Grand moment. Oh, it's a tight one.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Good Morning Cincinnati on Star 64. I'm John Lomax.
And I'm Sheila Gray. And tonight, the Cincinnati Bengals will host a Super Bowl fan rally at Paul Brown Stadium. We're just 6 days away. Local 12's Clancy Burke is there this morning for this very exciting week ahead for players and fans. Clancy?
Understatement of the century, Sheila. I mean, it does not feel real. And that's why I've kind of just been periodically like whispering to myself, the Cincinnati Bengals are in the Super Bowl. Like, what? Well, I just made a very sad realization that this lipstick combination looks awful on TV. Like, awful. Ever since I switched to doing like a darker lip, this one, I've just realized I almost look dead. Like, this looks like the type of lipstick you would put on someone in a movie who just died to illustrate the fact that they are dead. And I like it in real life. Like, I promise you guys, I even like it on this, like on YouTube. Like, the lighting is normal, but with our camera lighting, everything just gets washed out and it's just not good at all. So that's tragic. I looked awful this morning, but that's fine. Especially like with my orange, I was just like, oh, it's like a double whammy. But I just finished an interview for my story tomorrow. I'm doing another interview momentarily with just 2 Bengals fans talking about how they're actually going to California for the Super Bowl. One of them still doesn't have tickets. Like, he's just hoping he'll, get them because, okay, Super Bowl tickets are $5,000 minimum. And, that's like nosebleed seats. They're like 15,000. Some people are paying 20. Like, it's insane. And then not only that, you're paying for the flights, you're paying for the hotel. Like, it is a very expensive trip. And then the other person I'm about to interview after, where is it? Here it is. We got it. After I finish my breakfast, is actually a local radio personality, John Curl. I have to figure out what I should call him on TV. He is going to the Super Bowl as well, so I'm interviewing him. But the funny thing is, before I even knew I was interviewing him this morning, I was randomly looking at wedding venue videos on YouTube because I'm obsessed. That's all I do. And for one of the ones I'm interested in, Cooper Creek, his wedding video popped up with his wife. She's also a radio personality, Toria. So I just totally stalked their whole wedding video this morning, and I'm obviously gonna do my work, interview him for that, but I also need to grill him about if he liked that wedding venue and if he recommends it, because I'm not even gonna get into it right now because it would just take up like 20 minutes in this vlog, but the stress levels are high. Maybe I'll get into it after, but for now, gotta scarf down my breakfast and get back to work. Zach's over here working away, but what's this? When I got back from Miami, I had one gift for Zach and one gift only, a morning recovery drink, because when I left him, it was interesting times. It was the day after the Bengals won their playoff game. And what happened, Zach? How were you?
It was great. We all had a great time that night.
Some of us have more fun than others.
Some of us just know how to have a good time, it seems.
He's stuttering and everything because he's nervous. Oh yeah, Zach had a lot of fun. I have never in my entire relationship seen a human take so many shots. So many.
We just had a good time. Clancy's mom was nice enough to get me this drink because obviously the next morning after a day full of partying, I did not feel good. Well, the best part is Zach actually came to me and was like, yeah, can we leave? Like, I'm not feeling good. So you'd think like, wow, like their long, big night. We were home by 8:30. Like, this one could not last a second. And I actually told him, okay, ready guys? At like 8:05, I went up to Zach and I was like, we might have to leave here soon. I could just tell he was getting lit. And he goes, no, like not yet. Are you kidding? Like blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I go over to my friends. 10 minutes later, max, could have been 8. He comes up to me, I think we need to go. So, came to your senses, got you out of there. When you know, you know.
Another day, another appearance of the orange hat. And where we're doing our live shots this morning is what I call our generic location. It's beautiful. It's just the backdrop of Cincinnati, which, as you can tell, we are high up. That's how you get this amazing view. I was not thinking about the conditions out here. I think I'm gonna die getting back. Like, this is all on a hill. All of this, okay, for those of you who wish you lived in a cold area that got snow, that's not snow. This is all ice, and I think actually like a better area to show you. Like, you can see like how shiny it is. This is a death trap. Like, luckily I have my snow boots on, but just driving here, not good. And this is days. This is a week almost after our snowfall, and it's all still here, continuing to freeze since the temperatures are not getting any better. I'm sorry, I really try to like rein it in and not complain about the cold every second, but it's kind of the only thing on my mind. Well guys, looks like a career change is in my future. I'm switching over to radio. I think people were done seeing my face, so you'll now be able to hear me. Now, I'm obviously kidding, but I did have quite a change of plans today. Didn't think I was gonna be doing this at 2:06 during my nap time. I normally don't give up my nap time for anyone, but a special pal of mine, we've now been friends for 24 hours to be precise. This all happened so fast. John, introduce yourself. Oh yeah! That's why I love radio so much.
Just have fun. An in-studio audience whenever you need it. Clancy Burke is one of my favorite people. She said all of 24 hours. All of 24. And she was jabbing at me for the past 2 or 3 hours on the show. I got bruises, actually. I just had such a blast with you today, and if the career change, if this is the route you want to go, I fully support it. Clancy for radio, and keep doing this YouTube thing though.
Oh, thank you.
You got a lot of people that really count on it.
That's so
including
nice.
me.
No, I randomly messaged him to do a story because he's actually going to the Super Bowl. So totally not related. It was just Sheila, our anchor, is friends with him, and she's like, "Hey, contact John to do a story with him." And we became friends, and he really took advantage of the friend thing when someone called off today. So I was plan B. I was plan B. He texted me at 4 a.m.
There's
saying,
the jab. See, that's the 4th time I heard that today. Oh yeah, I was a backup, John. Thanks
"Yeah,
for
I
having-
was."
Well, I don't know. She's got such a busy schedule. She's got plenty of vlogs to shoot. She's on TV. So I didn't want to impose. But I thought, okay, maybe here's a long shot. Here's a Hail Mary, if you will. Maybe Clancy will be available and can sneak in here. Now, she is... You have to come and do this at least for a week straight with me.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
No, really, this was so much fun. I have to say, like, first of all, I just want you to like give us a little tour
Sure, you
of the
want to go
radio. Radio is just so different than TV. I'd say, wouldn't you say, because you've done both, it's way more chill, relaxed, laid back.
Yes, and I think that, well, it depends on obviously the TV that you're doing. As a journalist, yeah, you're obviously delivering the facts and that kind of stuff. But the former radio that I'm in, on a top 40 station, it's KISS 107 here in Cincinnati, so we can lay up in the entertainment stuff. We can lay up in the Kim Kardashian. In fact, that was one thing that I brought up to you, is that Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson are now boyfriend girlfriend, as they're referring to themselves as that. So we can talk about topics like that, and it's much more laid back. Kind of threw at you some topics and just said, "Hey, tell me what you think of it." That was the moment on the air, or those moments on the air. I hope you felt that way as you were on with me today.
Heck yes.
I'm going for, with my show specifically, I'm going for a podcast on the radio, like free form, but it's kind of condensed because we still have people that are driving home, and you got to keep it moving a little bit, a little more so. Not everybody. The podcast can go 2 and 3 hours long. Some of those are certainly free form, and the topics can get off course, but. This was, if I can bring Clancy in here, let's talk about what Clancy does. Oh yeah, she's got a YouTube channel. Oh yeah, she's a journalist. It's interesting, and then we just get to go back and forth about what you do and keep it lighthearted. So.
And you don't even have to wear eyeliner.
The setup over here. This is a brand new studio, by the way. It's like 2 weeks old, the iHeart Studio. So this board is new. We have, this is pretty much the standard, this program that's used across iHeartRadio and many radio stations. It's called Next Gen. And then these are all our sound effects and stuff that we can play that you would hear, and like if you're driving in your local area, wherever you are, like a traffic, or Welcome to the Jungle is the big thing.
Oh yeah,
here in
for sure.
Cincinnati. So I just click that to play it. There's that, there's whatever. These were things that I put underneath us. Remember how I told you about like keeping it moving on the radio?
Yeah.
You want to, if you don't have some music underneath it, it'll have a tendency to
100%.
get stagnant and like just feel like, oh, this conversation's dragging. At least it's got a pulse if you've got some kind of music or something like.
And it's like a nice little pod, and they have like 1 million of them out here. It's what is it, iHeart?
This is iHeartRadio, so
Woo!
we like to call it the mothership. We're
That's so cool.
By far the biggest radio company in the country, and podcast for that matter now.
That's so cool. Wow. So yeah, who knows, guys? Who knows what my future may hold? But this was fun. I don't know. It's one of those things. I might attempt to nap. I might not. We'll see. But
Don't do the nap. Naps are overrated. Oh. I'm sorry. Good Lord.
come
Okay, I struck a
on.
nerve.
Well, actually, okay. So his wife, Toria,
Yeah.
if anyone in Cincinnati knows her, Toria with traffic, but she did this split schedule. That's nuts. Tell them what she did.
She would get up at 4:30 in the morning. She would do her traffic report. Start the first one at 5:30 in the morning. Get home at 10 a.m. Then try to take a nap, try to work out, then go back in at 2:30 in the afternoon to 6:30 at night. She walked away from radio for a little bit, basically to catch up on 4 or 5 years of lost sleep.
I really cannot escape the orange this week. This is my only oversized t-shirt that is orange, by the way, but I figured I'd rock it. Why not? But today was so much fun going on radio. It's so different than TV. I mean, like, obviously it's similar, like in the sense that I don't know, it's like you kind of feel like you're riding a bike, like the same bicycle, maybe a different path slightly. I don't know, I'm bad at analogies and I'm so tired right now. I did end up napping. It was just a lot later and less than I normally do. I went to bed at like 3:30, woke up maybe at 5, I don't know. So it felt good to nap. I needed that. But on my ride home, I called my mom, like, just so that I didn't crash because I was so tired. I know that's not good at all, but whew, that nap is definitely needed. But now I'm about to make dinner. I've actually just been working. I woke up from my nap. I hadn't been able to finish all of my work from before my nap, before I left for the radio show. So I've been working, arranging things, doing all that kind of stuff, making dinner right now. We've got the asparagus, and you already know what is in the oven. Oh my gosh, it's extra exciting. It's not just any potato, it's a Japanese sweet potato. They're not the easiest to find at the grocery store, but when I do find them, it's amazing. Apparently, we're just overall a potato household. I already ate my Japanese potato, no shame in that. Too quick, couldn't even show you. But Zach over here slaved away making these waffle sweet potato fries. He's been cutting them in that shape for like, I don't know, an hour, 15 minutes. It's been crazy.
Yeah, I bought a stamp thing that like cuts your sweet potatoes in that.
A stamp? That's how it works, Zach?
Yeah, you cut them up into like circles and then you stamp it.
You stamp it. I've always heard so many good things about this. Alexia waffle cut sweet potato seasoned fries. They smell really good. This guy looks good.
A+.
Ooh, yay. I can confirm these are so good. And we're watching Ozark right now. I think we're on like, what are we, episode 4. Zach's already seen it. He saw the first 3 seasons and then he's just rewatching, and then together will dominate season 4. I've got a bunch of clothes and a whiteboard and a very excited fiance who just can't even wait. It can only mean one thing. My fiance rates my work clothes. And actually, wow, I was about to say this is our 3rd edition doing this, but technically we've never done a fiance one. We've only done the boyfriend, and it's so crazy. This is 3 years, and you guys know with my work, being a TV reporter, I get a clothing allowance each and every year, every like contract. And so I went shopping. I don't think this one will be as big as the last one, just because I had done some shopping previously in the year. Like the last one, I hadn't spent a dime of my clothing allowance, and I just went through everything. Like I just did it all at once. This one's a little more spread out, and looking at the products that came in the mail, because obviously like I forget buying these, I forget shopping, I kind of just put a bunch of random things in my cart. I'm a little worried, not gonna lie. Some of these fabrics aren't looking too flattering maybe, and you know the last one was just a disaster. Every outfit was so ugly, like so bad. And might I add, doing these videos, I actually like kind of hate them because there is nothing more vulnerable than coming out of the dressing room when you try on an outfit you hate. Like I can't tell you how many times I've gone shopping with my friends and they're like, come out. And I'm like, no, you will not see this article of clothing on my body. So we're doing it. I'm just embracing it. Maybe won't look great. It's okay. It's fine. All right, Zach, you're in the spotlight. How are you feeling?
Back where I'm supposed to be.
Last year, you were very, very honest. We like honesty. And are you gonna be honest this year?
I'm not gonna change it up. Honesty's always the best policy.
So how our rankings work, 1 means I hate it, you look awful, get that off immediately, and 10 means are you a model, you look amazing. So we're hoping for 10s, but hey, I always tell them, I'm like, be honest. And by the way, we do have a random bike in the background, don't ask questions. The air fryer is also on. Zach is making lunch.
It's not a random bike, that doesn't even make sense.
I feel like I'm walking down the aisle like a friend.
Don't be too loud.
Oh, the neighbors. Guys, we got a formal noise complaint. Remember, it's rating the dress. I don't get offended if you don't like the dress. This one is Ralph Lauren. We've got some patterns going on.
And I'm rating it for work purposes.
Yeah, I'm going to go tailgating in this.
Not going to. All right, what's your rating?
I don't give ratings.
Well, yeah, we're gonna see what you think versus what I think.
4.
Put a 7.5. I think
Ew,
it's
it's
9.
frumpy and it's just not good. It's whatever, but it's not good.
It's not frumpy.
It's like frumpy. I don't know. It just doesn't fit nice.
Well, it's better than a lot of stuff you had last time.
I just don't understand where it went wrong.
If that's a 4, we're gonna be in trouble. The last one was a 4.
What is that supposed to mean?
I put a 5, but that's because I kind of like the stripe, like just a little design, but I mean the rest of it's not great.
It's not great at all.
No,
Like,
but like
so
I just
ill.
think it's like a subtly a little bit like
Ew.
cool, but
I look like, the word that pops into mind is like matron. Like I look like a matronly, I look like Mrs. Claus. What? Oh, I'm sorry. I forget. I'm sorry.
I like blue on you, so the blue is nice, but the white part does not look good.
It doesn't look good.
I don't think so.
No, I don't like this one. I think they're all really poorly fitting. Like, they all look awful. I don't know what is up.
Is it you or the dresses?
The dresses. I'm about to be the ugliest TV reporter in the nation. I'm wearing a potato sack, to be quite honest. A potato sack.
That one's a 2.
2. Yep, could have seen that one.
Doesn't fit very well.
I don't even know who would ever even look good in this. Come on.
I mean, it's just too big.
But like, it fits. If I were to get a smaller size, it just like the way it's just the fit of it. That's all.
Makes you just look like you have it just is like,
I mean, that is my body type.
well, you aren't the curviest of people in general, but like, that just doesn't help your cause.
No, but I also don't have hips. Or, no, sorry, I have hips. I don't have a waist. You know how like some people's bodies are like that? My body's just like, nope, nope.
Open and see like a girl. That's even worse. No one like gets better as you stand there.
What do you mean?
Like originally I didn't like it. Give it a 6.
6.
I think it fits around like your waist nicer, obviously, because it has the belt thing. The pattern off the bat I wasn't in love with, but as I look at it more, it's nicer. And then like when it's like tighter around your neck, it looks nice.
8.
It's probably your best one.
We
yet.
got an 8. Woo,
Favorite one.
woo. Yeah, for sure. It just fits way better than the others.
I don't love what it's trying to do with this part of it. That's what I was looking at. Like, I don't know why it's like slitting like that. But the color and the fit is nice.
You like it?
I could do without this, but
All right, that's a little advice. I like the slits. I like them. They add like a pleating, it's called.
yeah, like pleated pants are so out. Like they're not.
Oh yeah, they're so out. My little
Yeah.
fashionista.
I'm gonna give the dress and the sleeves different ratings.
Oh yeah, they're 2 different things.
I said the dress is a 7.5 and the sleeves are a 5-ish, probably lower.
I like that when I look at it.
I like the color. I like the fit. I like this little design thing it's got going.
No, but isn't it? Oh wait, is this? Am I just wearing it? I was like, why is it like asymmetrical? But I think I'm just not wearing it.
No, I kind of like the V.
I hate the color so
I
much.
like that green. It's just one of my favorite colors. And then the sleeve stain.
All right, guys. I don't know what to say. I just suck at buying clothes. Let's just blame it on the clothes, right? It has nothing to do with me. What do you think? What's wrong? What happened? What went wrong again?
Well, I think a lot of times it's like if you get like compliments on what you wear a lot, people think it's the clothes that look good, but it's actually the person that makes the clothes look good. That seems to what happens with me a lot.
And so if you look bad,
Then it's a lot of times not the clothes' fault, but I think in this case, we were just working with bad dresses.
that was quite disappointing. I just need to rip this dress off, put on my pajamas, take my makeup off, and just nap it off. That was disgraceful. Is anyone a stylist? Call me. It's the next day, Thursday, and I'm back in my pajama shirt where I feel most comfortable. I don't know what it was about those dresses yesterday. I seriously feel better in this than any of those dresses. Just not good at all. But before I close out this vlog, I want to talk to you guys about the book that I read last night, which please don't close out if you're not a reader. If you're like, oh, I don't even like books, doesn't matter. This is a story I feel like everyone at least needs to know. Even if you don't plan on reading it, maybe get it on audiobook, I don't know, but randomly came across this book, even though it was published years ago, but that's how it works with the library. I kind of just browse through random books and discover new ones that were published so long ago, and it's called What Made Maddie Run, about Madison Holleran, who was a student at UPenn, a freshman, the same year I was a freshman in college as well. I was a freshman at Marist, totally different schools. I didn't know who she was, but I'll never forget it. It was my second semester of freshman year when news broke that this beautiful, beautiful freshman at UPenn committed suicide. And immediately I went to her Instagram page, and like none of it made sense. You can see on her Instagram page, she is beautiful. Not only that, she was a top athlete. She was originally recruited by colleges to play soccer. Like she even gave a verbal commitment to Lehigh, but then as she was training for soccer and just trying to better her soccer skills, she started running and discovered, oh wait, I'm actually amazing at track. And that's why she went to UPenn. She was recruited for track, and she was a top student as well. When I was looking at her page, none of this was adding up. Like, how did this happen? And what she did is she jumped from a parking garage, and that is how she died. She left a note for her family along with some gifts for them, and like it just, oh my gosh, it just breaks your heart to look at. And this book is so important because you see what she was going through, and even though her life looked so perfect on the outside, it was very clear that she was depressed. And there was a situational side to this. She just was not adjusting to college well. Track was really hard for her. She hated it, absolutely hated it, but felt like she couldn't really quit. You know, she didn't want to be a quitter. School was tough. She was in an Ivy League suddenly. You know, I feel like she went from her high school where everything was very easy, and then college. It was a really hard adjustment, and it is a really hard adjustment for a lot of people. And that's one thing this book touched on. Like, a lot of people have experienced similar things. I mean, not a lot of people have necessarily committed suicide, but a lot of people have gone through this, and it was so heartbreaking reading this book because her family helped write it with an author, and they gave the author access to everything. Her text messages, letters she wrote, emails, everything. And you see, Maddie was really, really sad. She was struggling. She reached out for help. They actually got her a counselor, but it ended up not being enough, and it's not the family's fault. And reading this book, it's like my heart breaks for them, and I just really, really, really hope they know this is not their fault, because you see the quote-unquote red flags, but who would have ever thought this would happen? Like, who would have ever thought? And I don't know, it's one that really, really hit hard, especially after the recent death of the Miss USA. I think that's how I stumbled upon this, because this was very random for me to read, but I'm glad I did. I didn't know this existed, and I remember when Madison died, I was pouring through articles trying to like figure more out, but there weren't many details out there, and I guess it was a couple of years later that they published this book. So anyway, I just want you guys to know, if you are struggling, like, oh my gosh, throughout the book, like, I just kept wanting to like reach in there and like tell her, you're gonna be okay. And I don't know, it's one of those things that I think a lot of people have a hard time understanding. You look at the surface images, you see a perfect girl, essentially, but there was a lot going on inside. So anyway, I know we're ending on kind of a low note, but I could not recommend this book enough. It's really important, especially I know I do have a lot of younger followers who might be getting ready to go to college, or maybe you're in college. Even if you're out of college, everyone goes through transitions in life, and this was just a transition that was very difficult. Anyway, there is really no easy transition from that to say goodbye, but thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. Love you guys so much. Bye.
All the way from Long Island, now happy in Ohio. She has the most amazing chocolate oatmeal recipe I know. Hey, that's Clancy Burke. Yeah, you heard it here first. Up and at 'em at 2 in the morning for the Cincinnati News reporting. Behind the scenes from work, here's Clancy Burke.